This podcast is sponsored by Talkspace. Ever feel like you're being pushed or pulled in more directions than you can even begin to process? When life demands more than you can give at work, in your relationship, or at home, Talkspace can help. Talkspace provides convenient online access to therapy, psychiatry, and mental health support. Just answer a few questions online and Talkspace will match you with a licensed provider in less than 2 days, with some even offering same-day appointments. Chat with a therapist over live video, audio, or messaging so you can get mental health support that fits your lifestyle and schedule. No taking time off work, no commuting to an office, and no waiting room. Just support that meets you right where you are. Best of all, Talkspace is covered by most major insurance plans with an average copay of $15. Get space when you need it with Talkspace. And now you can get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 when you go to Talkspace.com. Get $80 off your first month with promo code SPACE80 at Talkspace.com. That's Talkspace.com.
Welcome to Higher Health, the podcast that elevates your understanding of health beyond the conventional into a realm where mind, body, and spirit align. If you're ready to rise above the noise of traditional health approaches and connect deeply with your inner wisdom, you're in the right place. I'm Dr. Elizabeth Rogers, a heart-centered, Harvard-trained epidemiologist, researcher, medical intuitive, and transformational health and longevity expert. In this space, we explore the profound journey of health and well-being, where every choice aligns with your highest self. Together, we'll unlock the true essence of being healthy, empowered, and whole. Welcome back to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. I am so honored, thrilled, and very grateful to be here connecting with you all in this final month of 2025. You may notice that our episodes are not released as regularly as usual for the remainder of this year, as my team and I turn our attention to some really special milestones that we have coming your way to round out this wonderful year of 2024. So today I have a very interesting shift on a very common topic, which is food. Food. It's always one of the first and most powerful topics to come into our thoughts, feelings, beliefs, and stories that we create about health and the conversations that we have about it. Food matters. And it's a topic I've finally been guided to talk about with you today more intentionally and not necessarily in the three-dimensional way that you're expecting. Food and how you nourish and feed yourself stretches beyond the fruits and veggies that you consume. And that's what this show is all about. So let's shift your perspective and revisit that ever familiar question, are you really what you eat? Since the three-dimensional concept of food is where a lot of people are most familiar, that's where we will start. You are currently hanging out with a woman who has tried nearly every single type of diet and nutritional trend in existence over the course of my journey. After my near-death experience, I walked a path that led me through battles with many chronic health issues on all levels: physical, emotional, psychological, spiritual, social, and more. And the digestive issues I experienced have been some of the most challenging and long-lasting. As I navigated those digestive issues over the years, I've seen every kind of practitioner imaginable, spanning from the traditional end of the spectrum to the holistic end and everywhere in between. There have been a few outliers sprinkled in there too. So I'm sure you might expect that over that time, many types of nutrition plans and diets were recommended to me. Each practitioner convinced me that the nutritional guidance they gave me was right and everyone else's was wrong, and that this new diet was the thing that would fix me. And spoiler alert, no one can fix you other than you. But as I'm sure many of you have done before, especially in moments consumed by fear, I went home and threw myself into every new lifestyle head first. I was 100% dedicated and committed to every single nutrition plan or diet that I tried. Nutrition plan and nourishment resonate with me more now as diet has this connotation that just feels like lack. And we live in an abundant world. Anyway, with my commitment to each new nutrition plan would come the same pattern. Number one, I'd overhaul my entire lifestyle. Two, I'd adhere to the lifestyle completely for at least 4 to 6 months. Three, I'd feel better to some minor to moderate degree for a while. And then four, after a period of time, I'd quote, hit the wall. And when I hit the wall, I knew something wasn't right and I was off track again. When I say, quote, hit the wall, what I mean by this is that there would come this time when my success with the new nutrition plan would plateau, no matter how strict and dedicated I was. And despite, quote, doing all the right things, I just couldn't make any more improvement. Every time I got to the, quote, hit the wall stage, I'd start to get anxious, stressed, upset, because my intuition was telling me that something was off. And I knew in my heart something wasn't quite right and I needed another change. So then I'd start doing research again, find another practitioner to try, go see them and get the next new diet or plan and start this whole cycle over. During the last 20 years, I tried the Candida cleanse, the FODMAP diet, if you've ever heard of that, keto, the autoimmune protocol, the Ayurvedic diet, juice cleansing, and that's just a few on the list. Eventually, I did get off of that vicious hamster wheel and I started to reevaluate my understanding and entire perspective around food and nourishment. When it comes to three-dimensional food and drink, ultimately, what I found to be best for me was a lifestyle and nutrition plan that avoids the foods and ingredients that feed and fuel the biologic or physical root causes of health issues and prioritizes the fresh, whole, real foods and herbs that are healing, help create optimal health, and promote longevity. I'll do an entirely separate show to talk to you more about this. So if you're looking for very specific tips and advice, we'll come back to this another time. Too often, this is where the conversation around food and nutrition ends by simply telling us, here's what you do, here's what you don't do. I think it's time we go a little further and deeper than the surface, which is where I feel like I spend my life residing, beyond the three-dimensional veil of the obvious. What happens when you eat? You chew, you digest, process, and eliminate, right? When your body goes through the process of digestion, what's ultimately happening? Your food is being broken down into energy, and you are also made of energy. What else is made of energy? Everything, literally. So, this being true, we can conclude that since food is made of energy and we can consume and digest it, we can consume and digest other things made of energy too. What about your thoughts? Your emotions? That thing that pissed you off 2 years ago or maybe 20 that you won't let go? What about the places you hang out? The people you spend your time with? What about everything else? It's all feeding you. It's all impacting your health, your ability to heal and be healthy so you can have optimal longevity. It's all connected. And so it is. We always come back to the fundamental key of health: connection. It's time we stop looking at being healthy as the three-dimensional food we're consuming and exercise we're doing. And we shift to start looking at being healthy as it is in its simplicity. It's being connected. When we are connected to ourselves, mind, body, and spirit, and the source, we live in a state and frequency of connection, which promotes our ability to elevate our own perspectives. Everything is connected and everything is energy. So just as you have an impact on the world around us, it has an impact on you, and so does everything you consume. Start to consider your food and nourishment beyond what you usually do. Instead of stopping at the sense of taste, consider all your other senses. Your skin, for example, is the largest organ you possess. What about the things you touch and put on your skin? Within seconds, your skin starts to absorb what it touches. What do you feed your skin? Do you use your hands and feet mindfully? Are you touching things or letting things touch you that are painful for your skin or that don't feel good? Or are you mindfully choosing to interact with things that feel good and soothing? What about the products you put on your face and body, like lotion? Are they full of toxic chemicals and ingredients or clean and nourishing ones? Just because your skin doesn't chew doesn't mean you aren't absorbing and consuming the energy it comes into contact with. If you're able to hear, then what are you listening to? Do the music, podcasts, and conversations you are engaging in help you be and feel healthy? Or are they full of negativity? Sound quite literally has the power to heal or cause destruction at the cellular level. This might be a good time to start getting curious about the lyrics in your music or to pay attention to how the sounds around you make you feel. What are you feeding your ears? Your vision is another one of your senses through which you consume food. If you're fortunate enough to be able to see, what are you looking at? What kinds of media, like film, television, photography, and art, do you choose to consume? How about that screen you spend so much time staring at? What are you choosing to watch? Are you mindlessly scrolling and searching the web? Or are you being intentional with your screen time? Everything you're seeing is being filtered and processed through your central nervous system, which is directly connected to every other system and structure in your body. Hopefully, you're choosing to watch and look at things that help you and your nervous system stay regulated and balanced, rather than contributing to disharmony and disconnection. As you continue to think about food, instead of stopping at the physical health dimension, consider your multidimensional health. For example, what's going on in the social dimension of your health? What kinds of social connections and relationships are you feeding yourself with? You know how you feel drained after you spend time around certain people, while you feel energized after you are around others? That's because we are all made of energy and we all vibrate at different frequencies. Not all musical instruments can just get smashed together to make a song that sounds good. The instruments have to be in tune and harmony. People are similar. The people who are more aligned with our own frequencies are those who leave us feeling energized. Who are you choosing to spend your time around? Are the people in your life helping you feel more aligned, connected, and healthy, or drained, disconnected, and depleted? Feed yourself with people, connections, and relationships that help you feel like you, that help you feel uplifted, that help you grow and evolve, that help you be healthy. As an adult, you are never required to be in a relationship with another adult who is unhealthy for you, no matter who they are. Let me repeat that for you one more time because that is how important this message to you is. As an adult, you are never required to be in a relationship with another adult who is unhealthy for you, no matter who they are. Now, what about the emotional and mental dimensions of your health? What's going on in your inner world? Thoughts And emotions are energy. Your thoughts are actually the fastest form of energy, even faster than the speed of sound and light. So imagine how quickly you can negatively or positively impact your own health with your own thoughts and self-talk. Pay attention to the quality of your thoughts and self-talk. They are truly food. Are you feeding yourself with love, compassion, joy, gratitude, and encouragement? Or are you feeding yourself with negativity, criticism, impatience, worry, and fear? I love using the work of Masaru Emoto as an example of this point. If you've been listening to the show for any length of time, you've likely heard me reference Masaru Emoto and his work before. He illustrated so clearly the powerful impact energy, including words and sound, has on us. Some of his work shows us how just placing labels on water with positive and negative words impacted the structure of their molecules and cells. The cellular structure of the water labeled with positive words like love and beautiful was optimal and perfect, like a snowflake, while the cellular structure of the water labeled with negative words was destroyed. You can Google hidden messages in the water and or Masaru Emoto and see this for yourself if you're not already familiar with his work. We are no different than those water cells in Masaru Emoto's work. If your thoughts, self-talk, and emotions tend to be negative more often than positive, it will quickly impact your cells as they respond to the vibrations and frequencies of your thoughts and emotions. On the other hand, your cells will respond to those vibrations and frequencies instead, and you can truly help restore yourself to optimal health and function down to the cellular level. What kinds of self-talk, thoughts, and emotions will you choose today? Are we really what we eat? Abso-freaking-lutely we are. Let's expand our perspective of food together now and start to think of what we're feeding ourselves on the multi-dimensional, multi-sensory levels. Ultimately, some great and simple questions to ask yourself when you want to know if what you're consuming on any level or in any capacity is a quote, healthy food. How do I feel now? Do I feel more connected to myself and in general? Do I feel better, positive, or more energized? Did that nourish me? As you evolve, you can create a habit of asking yourself these questions in a proactive way before you consume the food, media, sound, social connection, anything. Ask yourself, will this nourish me today? How will this help me feel today? Will I feel more connected? So simple. It can be this simple. Higher health is about making choices in alignment with your highest and healthiest self. And that includes making choices about the food you eat that help you stretch beyond the conventional and strengthen your connection to yourself and source. At a time of year when food is a hot topic as people celebrate and consider resolutions, I hope you'll expand your perspective today. What are you feeding yourself? Is it nourishing you? Is it a contribution or a detriment to your optimal health and well-being? Does it help you deepen and strengthen your connection? I hope so. And I hope you can feel the love and positive energy infused into this podcast episode. Remember, the world needs your light. Trust yourself in your heart. And the way to do that is by staying connected to yourself, mind, body, and spirit, and to your source. That's all that being healthy truly is. I'll see you next time. Thank you so much for listening to Higher Health with Dr. Elizabeth Rogers. If you enjoyed the show today, it would mean so very much to me if you subscribe to the show and leave an honest, positive review. You can easily subscribe by going to the upper right-hand corner of Apple Podcasts, Spotify, Odyssey, or wherever you listen to podcasts, and press the plus sign in the upper right-hand corner. Also, be sure to sign up for my email list and join my private Substack community to get even more content, value, and support on your health and well-being journey. You'll find these links in the show notes. Sending you so much positive and supportive energy today. I really hope you can feel it.